Welcome to another episode of the For the Love of Cricket podcast with Jim and Akim. Today we're discussing the game played earlier between Pakistan and South Africa. It was a pretty tight contest, the first close game we have seen in this World Cup. What's your take on the proceedings earlier?
It was a very exciting game, as it generally is with Pakistan. There's never a dull moment. Their games are always exciting and filled with drama, and today was no different. South Africa rolling in the tournament, they picked up another win. It wasn't a dominating performance from their top order, but it took the steady nerves of Maharaj to get them home in this one. So it made for good viewing and it was a very exciting game.
So we see South Africa having trouble chasing again. Pakistan made 270 all out. South Africa getting there, losing 9 wickets and won on the third ball of the 48th over. What's your take on what's your take on South Africa's bowling effort and the way Pakistan battled?
I think it was a fairly good bowling effort from South Africa. Marco Jansen was really the man that was in control of the bowling effort, especially at the start. He got 2 wickets in the power play. He got Shafiq and Imam ul Haq out. Imam ul Haq's wretched form in the tournament continues. He only has 1 half century in the tournament thus far. Shafiq got out to a short ball today. And then after that, I think it was a squeeze that was put on by South Africa. Mohamed Rizwan came to bat and he tried to counter-attack until he got out. Babar Azam got a half century in this game. He looked tense at times. You could tell that the pressure of the occasion, the moment, knowing that they need to win these games, it was telling on him. He got to a half century and got out the very next ball again, the second time in this tournament. They got cameos from Shadab Khan and Shakil towards the latter end, and even a small contribution from from Nawaz. But it was very good bowling by Tabir Shamsi, his first game in the tournament, or his second game in the tournament. And he was somebody that I was looking at to play a big part for South Africa. He hasn't played such a great role in this tournament, but he came into the game today and he bowled well. He picked up key wickets, picked up 4 for. Got batters out when they were set and they were looking to pounce. At one point you thought that Pakistan would have probably gotten to 300, but they took timely wickets towards the end of the innings and Pakistan ended up stuttering to the total of 270 that they got.
It's really interesting Jansen's form coming into this World Cup. In their preview for their first game of this World Cup, we stated that the South African bowling lineup will be struggling to get wickets in the power plays. We saw Jansen averaging 65 in power plays, and he has turned that form around in this World Cup. He's now averaging 16. It goes to show that when teams find a young player and persist with them, they see their talent, they know what they can get from them, and they keep investing time and games in them, they at some point will come out on top and will fulfill their potential. What's your take on his transformation in this World Cup thus far with the ball and with the bat at number 7 as well?
I think he has been very impressive in the tournament thus far. He has grown in the role that he plays. He plays a key role for this South African team, bowling in the power play, bowling the new ball, and also batting at number 7. He bowls good overs in the middle and at the death as well. It's a role that he's grown into. As we said, he didn't come into the tournament in the greatest of form, but he has really gotten the new ball to move around with a lot of control and consistency. And then in his batting, he has been fairly consistent. He got 20 today. I thought he got out in a disappointing manner, but he played one of the shots of the day, in my opinion, and he always seems to be in control. and he seems confident in what he's doing and in his abilities. He will be a key player for South Africa for the rest of the tournament. He plays a great role, and we're just looking forward to seeing more from him.
So, as I mentioned, South Africa batted second. Shadab Khan got injured while fielding. Pakistan had basically what you would call an ideal situation. They got Shadab Khan to bat, he got injured, and then they got the option of picking another spin bowler, Osama Mir. So Pakistan played at 12 today and still couldn't get over the hump against South Africa. However, what was your take on the South African batting innings and Pakistan's bowling?
South Africa, they started like a house on fire. De Kock, he's in fine form, and he was really letting it show. He got the 24 off 17 deliveries, and then he got out pulling a sharp ball straight to the man on the ropes. It was the only way it seemed as if he could get out, because he's just in that zone and in that sort of form right now. Bavuma had gotten out before him, chipped a ball to mid-on, soft dismissal. But Aiden Markram really stood up and played a classy knock again today. He got to 91. I was a bit disappointed in how he got out. I thought he should have stayed there towards the end and finished the game off and taken it home. He's somebody that probably should have gotten a century, not out. Probably a bit of panic and nerves setting in because they had started to lose wickets in the middle overs. Harris Rauf came back and bowled a very good spell towards the end and nearly won the game for Pakistan. He took a very athletic caught and bowl dismissal, very good catch, one-handed with his left hand, and he could have won the game by about half an inch, if so much. LBW chance against Tabriz Shamsi. Towards the end, it ended up being given not out on the umpire's call, and Pakistan will feel unlucky, like they were just short in this game, but I thought more could have been done in the earlier overs and middle overs of the game. They didn't really look like they got back life and they believed that they could win until probably the 40th over. Shaheen Shah really came back into the attack and got a wicket that got some momentum and got them going.
I think what this game has showed us for South Africa is it has pushed the narrative that they're a team that can't bat second, they can't chase. They struggled against Netherlands and lost that game, chasing, and they almost lost this one here against Pakistan. And it's a theme that has been following them since the 1999 World Cup semi-final against Australia. They chasing. This isn't an issue that they have only with World Cup games or ICC games. It also occurs in bilateral tournaments or bilateral series. They have won less than 50% of the games that they have chased since 2000. It is most prominent in World Cups, and it also shows in how they bat. There was a stat I saw early on social media with Rassi van der Dussen. He averages 65 when South Africa bats first, but when they are chasing, he averages 20, which is pretty horrendous. Additionally, this is a stat that is consistent with all their 6 batters that they are currently playing. It's not good at all. It's as if they don't have a blueprint for chasing. When it comes to chasing, they are clueless. Tema Bavuma in the press conference, when asked about South Africa's batting, he said, yes, we have a blueprint for batting first, but we have no plan going out to bat second. And in my eyes, it's as if they haven't even thought about it. They don't think about batting second at all. Anything to add to that?
It's interesting. The numbers don't make for good reading, and when they get down to the crunch stage of this tournament, teams are going to force them to bat second. It's not something that they can avoid. There has to be a better balance. But even looking at the game today and how they have played in the tournament, they play a very attacking, aggressive style of cricket. And it seems as if when there is scoreboard pressure involved and the batters probably don't need to go as hard as they do when batting first, they don't know how to tempo and pace the innings. There were a number of dismissals that you thought were a bit unnecessary. We spoke about Markram. Klaasen got caught on the ropes as well. Jansen got out playing a nothing shot really. He just chipped the ball to point at a key point in the chase. And those three batters, and I think Jansen and Markram especially, they were in the position that you would have thought that they would have taken the game home. You look at a team like probably India and the likes of Virat Kohli, who brings a sense of calm in the chase, calm and control. And then you look at the caliber of the players that they also have in their middle order. Ravindra Jadeja, KL Rahul, who has batted well in this tournament thus far, and the manner in which they seem to go about the business, they seem a lot more confident and in control of what they're doing. And the South African batting unit is missing that when they chase and they lose wickets in clusters. That's always a bad thing.
You make a key point a while ago about having specialists, I'll call them specialists, chase, but batsmen that specialize in the chase. India has Virat Kohli. New Zealand would have Latham and Mitchell. England would have their captain, Just Butler, and Ben Stokes. In South Africa's case, there isn't a name that stands out that says, if we let these guys bat second, we should watch out for him.
Yeah.
You just go out there and say, we're going to bowl to them the best that we can. There's no one batsman that you can say, that is the head of the snake, let's cut that one and we are in. Additionally, I think the pressure with them chasing comes from how they structure the batting lineup. They basically play 6 batsmen and a bowling all-rounder and then 4 number 10s stroke number 9s.
Yeah.
They have a very long tail. And when, as batsmen, I think when you go out to bat, knowing what's to come, you know you can't afford to slip up. And that affects how you express yourself when batting as well. So I know it's a side effect of how they set up the batting lineup and the length of their batting lineup. So it's an issue, and I don't see how they can solve it in this World Cup other than winning all the tosses going forward. Additionally, they could probably just take the next 3 games and bat second and try to get some practice. What do you think?
I think they'll try to finish as high as they can up the charts because it dictates who they will play against in the semis. But they need some more work chasing, and before this group stage is finished, they need at least 1 or 2 more chases to get the hang of things, because they're going to need it come the semi-finals and the finals. Anybody that's playing against them will be thinking for South Africa to bat second.
Because if you even think about it, persons have been saying, ideally if South Africa play India, South Africa bats first and do what they like to do, and India bats second and do what they like to do. But India's weakness, India's strength, India has a strength chasing, but batting first isn't a weakness for them, it's just not as strong as chasing.
Yeah.
So I would still fancy India even if South Africa were to chase in that game.
Definitely.
What do you think?
I agree. I think India would be a lot calmer and a lot more, they would be open to batting first. It wouldn't be the preference, but they would still go out and execute it well. South Africa in the chase though, based on what we've seen, they're stuttering. It's not their strong suit, and the whole tournament knows now. Which do you think is more of a weakness for them? Their ability
to bowl at the tail enders and at the death of the innings or the chasing?
Uh, it's pretty close. I think the ability to bowl at the tail enders is it probably comes second. Chasing is I think they're weaker chasing right through. The ability to bowl at the tail enders is bad, but I think it's something that they can brush up on. As we've said that in the tournament they have struggled bowling at the lower order batters when they've made huge totals and picked up early wickets. So it might be a mindset thing. When it goes on to the chase, I think they're just nerves right throughout the camp, and they'll need somebody like Quinton de Kock, I feel, to fire early at the top of the order if they chase, because he pushes people back and he gets them close to the score. The minute he goes and then somebody like Rassi van der Dussen, who by the way looks like a shadow of himself chasing, and Aiden Markham, if when those guys go, then it's a problem.
Well, Rassi doesn't look a shadow of himself. He is a shadow of himself. His statistics say such. Anything else to add?
No, that's all from me.
Well, that's it for us today, guys. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, share, and subscribe.